Okay. Gabby, we can
Yeah, great. I just wanted for the other people who are dropped out to join. Uh, Great. Okay. So yeah, thanks everyone for being here, and I am sure, like, yeah, I'm seeing that all of those people who have been dropped out are joining. That's good. ያው ፕሮግራሙ ኢትዮጵያ ስለሆነ ብዙ ጊዜ የቴን አካዳሚ ፕሮግራሞች ኢን ዘ ሆል አፍሪካ ነው ፕሮቫይድ የምናደርገው። ኬም ኢን ፓርቲኩላርሊ ግን ፎከስ ያደረገው ኢትዮጵያ ላይ ነው። ሶ ለዛ ነው ጀስት አይ ስፒክ ኢን ቦዝ በአማርኛም በእንግሊዝኛም ጀስት ቱ ሜክ ኢት a lot more natural. You know a lot probably from your friends, and you probably, if you didn't have friends from previous batch, ደግሞ you probably ከዌብሳይታችን ወይንም መጀመሪያ ከሰማችሁበት አፕላይ ለማድረግ I'm sure you heard about this program, and the program is main intention is very clear. It's we want to, like, with the collaboration with Kifiya, which is one of Ethiopia fintech like pioneer and የሆነ አሁንም like a lot more active in credit scoring. If you have seen, like, in collaboration with different banks, Kifiya provides that, and that means in many other banks, including telecommunication, Ethiopian Tele. I'm sure you have used it, some of that ability to pay online, to be able to borrow very quickly and to return. So kind of this fintech is basically, or the financial tech is anything that has got to do with financial abilities. I think a country grows first and foremost is just transportation and and financial means. So yanin acknowledge በማድረግ there is a lot more activity in every country. If you think of Kenya is one of the leading in Africa, one of the leading figures in fintech, and a lot more. It are also able to establish on the backbone of that. There was another technologies that come, like agricultural, so that has become offered a lot more job for people in this area. So that means people who have worked on fintech or knows the fintech understanding, they were able to, of course, penetrate a lot more industries than just only fintech. So even if KAIM program and intention and with support, like, so the program is free because MasterCard has funded it, and Kifiya has provided also just the support and the facilitation. And then Ten Academy, as what it is, its mission, it's a not-for-profit organization, and its main mission is to be able to increase basically job-oriented training and basically allow the training to not just be type 4 training sake, but really, if you go to with the trainings that you will get at an academy, that if you go to any bank or any financial institutions, or even for that matter in an agriculture or in any other areas, then you will be able to, day one, you want to be productive. And all of Ten Academy's vision is that the university has provided, or your previous experience has provided you, the essential components. So we're not going to be repeating a lot more of it, but we're going to, there's one part we know. What is the industry looking for? What are banks looking for? What are insurances looking for? What are financial institutions looking for? And what type of mindset do you need to have to be able to really, day one, to be productive? And just to give you, we have worked also on the financial sectors. We have worked on advertising sectors. We have worked on health sectors. So some of these things are like bringing in, not only that, we are almost always entirely discussing and talking every time that the curriculum, one side is talking to the practitioners, so that means to the banks, to the other industry. In the other side also, we look at their advertisements, job advertisements, and we see what actually are looking for. What are the type of mindset they are looking for? What are the type of skill and competencies they are looking for? So we try to synthesize many of our our projects around that. So KAIM is really trying to increase the number of professionals that can do cutting edge science, cutting edge technology, basically increase that, the number, so that banks can really easily hire more people who really understand data engineering, AI engineering, and data science, and machine learning engineering. When that happens, you can see that all banks can offer different types, just like Kifiya was able to offer, credit scoring at early stage because it leveraged some of the fewer resources that it has. Now, many other banks can actually hire and do a lot more advanced, credit scoring. It sounds very, like, in one side it's easy, but in the other side it's a very data intensive, because you're kind of really trying to understand, for example, whether the person is, in one side, able to pay. So you have to estimate their ability to pay, and on the other side, their willingness to pay, right? So are they also willing? So you can see there's, in one side is a psychological metric and a psychological behavioral science you're trying to understand. You can imagine that really requires understanding a lot more data, because you don't know that person is coming. And then at the same time, also, you want to also quantify their actual abilities, right? So, whether they actually are, in principle, even if they are willing, if they don't have money, they don't pay you, right? So you want to project and predict whether this person will have money. The same is insurance, the same is fraud. All of this really involve behavioral as well as the technical. And in all of them, it involves a huge and an incredible amount of data. From collecting that data, sometimes those data are not normally existing. So you want to really collect, organize that data such that it can be used in decision making. So even if, like, it is fintech, it's actually the training that you have, the projects you'll be working at in all sectors. You can apply it in health tech, you can apply it in agro tech, you can apply it into many fields. So we're excited by that. And the most important to enable all of this is, basically your excitement, your ability, your kind of motivation. And as always, you probably, for most of you, it might be just the first time you'll be doing these kind of things, and it's gonna be slightly difficult. There's gonna be a lot of support, but persistence is gonna be in like anything, just anywhere you go, you want to change your life, or you want to make really a difference. There are a few things that are prerequisite for all of them. You must believe in it, or you must really put that trust, and you must then work hard for it. And things will get really difficult. As it gets difficult, you must persist, and basically you must have that one. So if you have that, and we assume most people have that, in principle, there's nothing that you will not do. And what the project is designed, that every week you will discover yourself in process. Because the first, on Mondays, what you are going to receive is basically, here is a project, and the project looks complex. You have a scenario that is kind of like, okay, here is a bank, or this could be just like an investor, and that investor wants to do something. And at first, you didn't really know even much about investing. Then you have to understand investing, and then you have to not only understand investing, you have to help the investor to make the right decision with with data. So that process, at first, on Monday when you receive it, you probably would not know, and you think like, okay, this is crazy. I'm like, I don't know this in the first place, and I'm supposed to be doing more, and I'm supposed to make decisions, right? So, but then you surprise yourself. Then you put your mind in it with the right support and with the right guideline. You find yourself, you discover yourself, the things that you don't know about yourself, you learn about it. And that's really the real teacher for you isn't us. We are the facilitators. The real teacher is the successful version of you. So a person, if you think of in time, think of yourself being rich, like you have now $1 million in your account. And if that person teaches you like the current you, what happens is that you really can listen, because that person knows exactly your weaknesses, your strengths, where you have the advantage and where you have a disadvantage. And it basically outlines for you that really perfectly. And then that means you'll be able to learn. So, and really the process we design is just that you always, as long as you persist, because if you give up, there's no way that we can help you. But if you really persist, we support you, and then you will figure it out by the end of the week, things that matter. And then you will learn a lot more. So that mini success every week, repeated in 10 weeks or in 12 weeks, that matter, will allow you to really discover a lot more about you, the inside, the external, the influence, the hormonal, the emotional, and the logical aspect of you. And that is, in our opinion, is the best we provide, because in 3 months, we can't teach much. In 3 months, we can change your mindset by just showing you what you are able to do. So, and therefore, the first really request of all the things, just of everything that I'm saying to make sense, the first thing is just persist. Even if you have so much other challenge, persist. Even if, find out a way, because we believe that this program is special. And it's special not because we designed it, it's because we put our heart in it. And we have learned from different experiences, and our success rate really helps us to understand that we are in the right track. So, and you have heard it about KAIM, about KAIM Academy, because our success, which we really, as a not-for-profit, I think we have one vision. Like, let there be a lot of really amazing talent. And we know our disadvantage as a country. That means we had not a linear system. You become really good, but then you don't get actually compensated for it. But that is one of the really aspect we want to change. We want to create a mindset that really says everything, the things are improvable. So that means as long as you work hard, as long as you are here, as long as now you are able to connect those dots, as long as you build your profile, so that we are not just only building, we're not just only giving you a project, but we're really building your profile, your CV, your basically what profile is, what the projects you have in your GitHub, the CVs that you're going to put, the work experience, you can put them as your experience to be, this training. So this training isn't just only training. You can actually write it in your CV as part of your internship, for example. Because of that, you'll be able to, when you approach any employer, then you're not going to be saying that I'm great, just hire me, and you will see the wonder. But you will just tell them, look at my profile. I have worked 10 projects that are really complex, that are real life, and I have that hands-on experience. I have built this code. Look at it. I have built this dashboard. I have had, AI applied throughout of it. And here is my CV, and I have internship, and I have excelled in that one. Because when you say that, you can change any employer's perception. Because an employer is really ultimately, an employer is in business, and a business want to find really good talent, but they don't know what a good talent is. Therefore, the only way they know is what did the person do? How did they act? Where did they go, right? So that's basically which university they graduated type. So we understand that, and therefore our creation, our projects, our even titles, like the titles of the projects, are to really communicate with the employer and the guidelines, what you need to do, the visible items that employers can see, the invisible items that employers will test you through interviews. We are preparing for that. So that's overview. And ultimately, that you really, as I said, the mindset is the change in you, which means you'll be able to really experience by seeing the success every week. You'll be able to see it every week. And then that accumulated one will really prove to you, there is a rule of thumb. Like አንድ ነገር ሶስቴ ከሰራችሁት more or less it sticks. So if you do it, so that's why design you will have at least 3 or more data engineering projects, 3 or more AI engineering projects, and then 3 or more also kind of this analytics, data analytics, and data science projects as well. Because we believe that it allows you, like when a person says like, if you mention okay, I have done 1 data science project, who believes? Now, you just may have done it, but if you have done it more than 3, most people just trust that, okay, it's not just that you have some taste, you have actually experience of it. So design we know, Golu, exactly as I communicate now, you can ask me questions, I will stop talking now. But the really for all of this to be enabled, the very switch is your willingness, your ability against all odds. You'll probably, you'll be working maybe, and you're going to be tired. We've designed it such that the weekend is a lot more of your time, and it's 3 months. That means if you really count them, አራት ጊዜ ሁለት ሲባዛ 3 ነው። So basically ወደ 24 ቀናቶች ናቸው that you at least that you have to sacrifice if you work the whole weekend. But by the end, what you will get is really, really a lot. And then of course you want to participate in the community. You want to really connect with the likes of you, and there's a motivated so that's really the aspect, the design aspect of it, the thinking, and the support that the team is going to be supporting for you, going really way out from their comfort zone. They will just be able to help you as long as you ask. But if you don't ask, if you don't participate, if you don't persist, what happens is that of course no one can be helped. And that is our offer, and that's our kind of contract. But for that means also, if you are unable to make it, it's important that you really right now just decide, because it isn't easy, but it's also not that difficult. But we believe, and that's our promise, if you persist and if you do what we ask you to do, your life would really transform, at least along this field. So that's the case. And then let me stop there and then take more questions, and then through that we can reflect. Josh.
Hi Zair, am I audible?
Yeah, you are.
So I was trying to reset my password of 10x, but I wasn't able to do so. So it's saying things over. Have you noticed that?
Yeah. No, we apologize for that. So there is going to be there was one issue, just Amazon, like we deploy our systems in Amazon, and Amazon currently just had blocked our access to email sending, because there was a lot of email that was sent. So we have to increase the limit. So we are working on it. So if this is more of like related to changing your password and all that, or receiving the email related part, it will take probably a couple of hours for us to get back to you. So this is an announcement to all of you that we just experienced that a couple of hours ago, and so we are on it. Our development team is on it. So yeah, thanks for raising, Josh.
Thank you.
ሌላ ጥያቄ across all areas, so I'm going to also look at the texts, but across anything that is much more of establishment, any questions you have, any doubts, any thoughts, any reflections, any from the design of the challenge, from the program, to like what you want to, whether this program is kind of a fit, all of that, just please raise your hand or write it. Yeah, so Hewan, I think, yeah, you can contact, definitely. I think it should be possible that it's updating. Probably we have to create a new account, because all of your access to the 10x normally comes with one email registered, but I think the dev team can help you definitely. So just, yeah.
Hi, am I audible?
Yes, you are, Mariam.
Thank you so much for your session. I wanted to ask a question. I understand since it's 12 weeks, for sure, like we're covering a lot of topics, and like breadth, like focus, we won't be able to maybe go too much in depth on one thing, but I wanted to ask, like, what is the balance between going in depth and also exploring? So I just wanted to see how that would look like after the 12 weeks.
Absolutely, it's a very excellent question. Yes, you will not have, it's already 3 months. We're going to give you 10 projects, and they're all going to be diverse, and some like divided across data engineering, AI engineering, and data science, right? Or machine learning engineering. And that means you can imagine it's a lot more, you can't go really in deep. So there are 2 things that you have an advantage these days. You have AI. So basically you really, really can learn so fast these days. And we'll give you tricks as well. Just throughout our challenge, we give you prompts like that for self-learning. And you'll be able really to learn. In the past, what would take, let's say, 6 months, now you can really do it in 6 hours, right? Just because you can really learn quickly. But I think, aim such that you complete as much even if you don't understand some of them, because it will repeat. So some of the very asks what we have will repeat throughout. So for example, leveraging AI or AI use, we don't teach AI use because we ask you every time to use it. And we don't teach you Python because we ask, what do we demand you do all the time. So some of the things are throughout, and it's basically almost 100%, you know, it's just like the commenting that you do. And others like particular data engineering tech stacks, particular AI engineering pipelines, or AI ops, or machine learning things, then particular of them, like some of the times the tools, some of the time just the actual statistical understanding, then we give you as a project. But try to cover as much of the task that's provided, more than to really go in one of only just the dates. And as much as, I mean, this is really, if you have to really take one thing, please just trust me, submit as much you can. Just whatever you have, submit. Because that the motivation, that whatever allows you to do that, we have seen it again and again. That's what changes. It isn't what you really understand your style that really would change. You know, I'm sure you have great styles, but the most that if you don't have it as the one that just submit what you have. You know, you have been asked to do this. Even if you did something, write up something, come up with something, even if just submit it and get feedback. That really process quickly. Failure, it isn't, I mean, I can tell you, I mean, I'm sad to say that, but it isn't Ethiopia culture. Ethiopia culture, we really want to own what we do. So which means we really have the urge, I mean, I had the urge to always just really, you know, take something, and if I don't really understand it, I don't want to submit it, or, you know, there's this thing, but that's not really helping. You know, that's really not helping. The really what will help is just show whatever you have, just put it so that there is a feedback to you. And with that feedback and that ability, that mindset is the most important. The mindset to play, the mindset to really work and kind of, you know, communicate or transact is the most important mindset. So as long as you do that, so as I said, just cover, and AI will help you really to go in deep these days. So even with 1 hour, you can do a lot nowadays. But as long as you submit what you have, as long as you try to cover, they repeat. So almost every concept repeats throughout. So therefore, you would be able to learn a lot more. But you know, trust me, the real gain from here isn't the particular skill you would get, but the mindset and the way that movement and seeing yourself what it can do will be the, you know, the abstract part of the training is the most important one. Of course, there is a very tangible element of it, which is the delivery of the project, your completion of the project, and your understanding of the technical jargons and all of that would also be the very tangible outcome. But the non-tangible outcome, the most that would change your mindset and that would really set you to a success is a lot more. We have worked on it as well. So I hope that answered your question.
Thank you so much. Thank you.
Yeah. Okay. So I think there are some questions. Maria, so do I need basic Python? Yes, definitely basic Python and SQL are required. So that's one of the things. But as I say, these days, you know, programming is funny. Like you can, as long as you are willing, you can learn it. You know, AI is just an enabler in that sense. So, and Rachel is asking, if I wanted to know if I can be to attend some class since I'm attending the training parallel with my jobs. Yeah, so the training assumes that you are working and you might not be able to attend all of the sessions. We encourage when you can to attend the sessions, but we acknowledge and we know and we really designed it such that you are working, so you can do it also even if you're not attending some of them, because it will have a conflict with your work. So, but you would be able to have recorded videos that you can watch, and almost every communication in Slack will allow you. So our communication strategy is saturated. In any way, you will arrive it. As long as you just go back and check, you will not miss much. Okay, so I think that's just one. We really designed it so that you can work with it. Like, I mean, you can complete this training even if you are working and even if sometimes you are unable to attend. So I hope that answers. So maybe then we go into the hands, Rahel Tashoman, just you can also ask. And then I will go to the text as well.
Hello,
Hello?
can you hear me now?
Yeah, we can. Yeah.
Her name is Rahil. I'm her interpreter. She's
Okay.
deaf, so she's asking you like, can I
Okay.
work with you because I'm a deaf? So she's asking you like, can I work with
Yeah.
you?
I mean, this is great. I mean, the program is really aimed for that as well, to be inclusive, and we would go a long way to support. So absolutely. So like, yeah, like
Thanks so much.
as long as you are also there to support, it would be, you know, whatever that is means, we will go a long way and to provide any necessary support. Okay. Besides, it says we need to dedicate 35 hours per week. Are those 35 hours spent in Google Meet classes, or does that include an hour offline? I think it includes. So just basically to answer Bezawit, yeah, okay, absolutely. These are the total amount of hours. So which means to work on the projects, or to attend the classes, all of that. It's, you know, we don't demand a lot more than that. So which means if you think of it, the week already, the weekend, if you just spend the, you know, most of the weekend, you get almost half of it. And sometimes also depending on your experience, you might not need all of those hours, but you can really achieve only, you know, you can achieve, so that take that number to be the entire requirement in the upper limit. Of course, if you have time, just work more so that you can learn more. But even if you work less, you know, even if you're just, let's say, 20 hours, you can really put solid 20 hours, you would still finish it in a week, which basically means the weekend in that sense. So yeah, I hope that answers your question, Bezawit. So yes, I think the you missed. So that one is, we will provide the YouTube link as soon as this one is uploaded into YouTube, like the recorded ones. We will also provide that, so it should be, and it will be shared in Slack. Yes, absolutely, Tababu. Thanks for highlighting the collaboration is really the absolute importance, and that's why it's a community-driven learning. As a beginner, which concept of Python should we understand in order to start working? I mean, as long as, you know, like you just go and start really read codes, what they mean, how they write, and just try to also write. I mean, the very, if you're not really in any programming, understand what really actually variables and things are, it will help you. But throughout, I would say, just if you just converse with AI these days, they are amazing teachers. So they can really tell you, okay, you know, let me test. They can become both the evaluator, the encourager, as long as also the kind of providing content for you. So, you know, just go to ChatGPT and ask, like, okay, I'm a beginner, I'm taking this training, 10 Academy, take the website of 10 Academy and give it to her. And then just also ask her, like, okay, I am, my learning style, I prefer like that. It's just, you know, help me just understand these things. Give me just like, I have the next 20 minutes to learn. Just give me in 20 minutes to maximize, and ask me, you know, in the 5 minutes. So really converse with it, and you'll be able to really see. And, you know, you have to understand that AI is a very enabler for individuals, and you have the same access that as, you know, somebody in Google or OpenAI, and you can really change your outcome. You know, you're basically you can really be anything you want. So you're definitely these days I'm less worried about what like, you know, how to learn or Python. It's just all you need is just ask, just like exactly what you asked it now. If you ask, then you will get where you want to be. And then Albetel, from the schedule we have received, there's a dedicated time for independent challenge work every day. Therefore, do we need to submit a task every day? So the week 0, so the current part is a lot more just for that. Like it's to give you a a kind of calibration, right? Just the understanding what it takes. So every day, then there is something, but for the actual program, it's every week. So it's just more like this is a particular week where we really want to calibrate. You understand us, we understand you, and there is a certain alignment. So for that reason, we actually for this particular week we have like every day, but for the 3 months training is every week. So yeah. Do we also have interview? I don't think. I think this is more like a Makda, you might want to answer Mariam's like if there is anything in that. I'm not assuming. I don't think so. But correct me.
Yeah, so we don't have that, but we have a career challenge that we give throughout the training, which in part lets them see ways of preparing for an interview.
Yeah.
So we don't directly give that, but indirectly they get it. You guys can get it from the training that we provide.
Yeah. So I think the most important part we are focusing is, we are kind of providing both the technical and non-technical at the same time, almost 50-50. And we know both are important in how you communicate yourself. If you just do work and if you don't communicate it, who cares, right? If you do the most amazing app in the world and no one uses it, did you really create the most amazing app? You didn't, right? So the most amazing app is just only when it is actually used and changed life. So the same is like if we really give you amazing training, all these skills, and you are unable to sell it, it has no meaning. So being able to really like interview preparation, preparing your CV and preparing your communication, all of that is part of the training. So in the technical challenge, there are some of the tasks relate to those kind of things, but in particular for this case, like we don't have interview for you to go through to be accepted. So is there any job opportunity from your side after the completion of the program? Some of the people that are actually your tutors are in part also they were part of the program, and you can see there are a lot of people who got jobs already from the program. We have a system that really helps you to get jobs in terms of like it exposes you to job advertisements, and then give you all this AI enabler that will prepare you for that particular personalized modeled interviews that would prepare your CV, customize your CV so that you can really quickly just apply for a number of jobs and things like that. But we don't. So when there are job opportunities, we have shared a lot in the past, but we don't have a particularly, for example, a time that we say, okay, here is we will not promise that you will get a job. That's just basically not the case. But our program is designed so that you really get a job, or if you are already in the job, to be promoted to the next level. And we have a lot more success in that. So I think you can just basically look at our website as well for more of those success stories. Does data structure and algorithm needed for this training? Almost always it is good. If you don't, you will learn it throughout. So basically, yes, those are really important elements in working with computers and programming and doing any data. So having some understanding, even if you're not coming from that background, electrical engineering, computer science, computer engineering science, you would still understand them. They are covered in many ways in the data engineering as well as in the machine learning sections. As you develop algorithms or code algorithms or apply algorithms, the same is as you prepare data in a certain form, this format, that format, things like that, you would understand data structure and algorithms. But I think it's an important question, and so pay attention for which data structure you are learning, which algorithm you are applying throughout. So but the surface level of Python will take you from that surface level to go really down the rabbit holes and all that, explore all the advanced elements So as long as you just respond, as long as you persist, I think those should be fine. And Haptamu, how should a complete beginner? Yeah, Yamlak. Go on, Yamlak. You can unmute and ask.
Hi, good afternoon.
Good afternoon.
Okay, so my problem is there was this email that I got from you guys, and it gave me another email address with a 10academy.org, and it told me that to access it so that I can change the password and stuff, but I don't know where to get the access from. Like, where shall I sign in?
Mark it down. Yeah, mark it down.
Okay, I think you're talking about Slack. Yeah, so to join Slack, I think we've had this issue previously. It's not asking for a 10 Academy email. So you can use your email. Maybe it's asking that because the link that you're trying to log into Slack has expired. So let me just share the very early link to join Slack.
Okay.
And you just have to use your own email.
Okay, sure. The email that I used to assign on this one, right? On the class?
That would be good.
Okay, sure.
So
Thank you.
I've shared it on the comment section.
Okay. Thank you.
Yep.
You're welcome.
You're welcome. So Haptamu, how should I complete beginner start learning? Should we begin with basic tutorials and foundational concepts or jump directly to projects? So it is important. The first thing is, have that clarity, like just where you're going, right? So, and asking those questions are really the first, is this question is important. But what does that mean, a complete beginner? In the sense that, do you understand the target, at least the goal? So then you're not, in that case, if you have understood some, and then if you just say, like, okay, I have never programmed, I don't know what programming is. Yeah, great. Then in that case, and I understand, okay, I'm kind of like, so depending on your style, you might just say, can I read a code? You can just go to ChatGPT and ask, just give me a Python code just so that you can test me. And also our 1 hour quiz was designed for that, so that you know what it is. But if you already did something, but you really don't know the depths of like data engineering, whatever, don't worry. I mean, those things are exactly the tutorials, the supports would also help. But I would say, I think the people, whoever just is here now, I would imagine really they have an idea what they're doing, even if they haven't programmed before as much, even if they haven't done any data engineering and machine learning engineering. It will get, of course, you have to work slightly more, because you have to understand some concepts that others just take it for granted now. So for example, why do you program? What is the difference between programming versus, like, if you go into some Power BI or some other UI driven systems, and you do, in both it's the same. That one is already somebody coded it and made it easy so that you can drag and drop and move with your mouse. And the other one you probably control. And instead of you really doing that, you just actually write a code and then run it and then go, have a tea, and then when you come back, it's finished. While the other one, you probably have to keep and repeat those things again and again, but still is behind it is a program. So in a way, as long as you have the kind of the conceptual understanding, then the practical part, I would say just start doing it. I know, depending on, some people really just want to have a clear mind. So everybody has a different learning style. Some people want to have, like, they want to move across like something that is very clear. They can see what it is behind, in front of them. And in that case, absolutely just learn and ask, get an idea, but then don't be afraid to really just only do small things that are, just jump, learn what you don't know, then learn what you don't know, and then kind of adapt, and then come back and try. So it's a very much a 3 months training. Means it doesn't give you a university style, the introduction is this one, and then here is that. We don't have that. We just expose you to many concepts and many ideas in one go. and we also help you how to strategically learn them. It's really an experience driven, so it's experience learning. So the more you get experience, the more you know, and you adjust and how to learn based on your style in your part. But don't be afraid. It's like, that's what I was really emphasizing. It's a very personal journey. In a sense, when you find when in the area where you don't know many things, when you're trying to learn, emotionally it's slightly exhausting because you don't know this thing and you're frustrated and things like that. But trust me, you will pass. You have a community, you have us, and you have yourself. Absolutely, it will just get easy. But strategy, find a strategy that works for you. And I would say, keep asking questions. Keep as much questions. If you really are, just as much questions. And we love that, and you will learn more. I hope that addresses your question. Yeah, Nathaniel. So if anyone wants to, speak, that would be great. It makes it, I think it makes it also nice. So just if you have questions, please just also raise your hand. And now, Binara and then Yamlak and others, just give us. So the type of challenge and priority for each. That is what it's Meron is. What pattern of challenge have you noticed the previous batch struggle with? It's really deep. Some people, I mean, maybe that there are people who are already from previous batches. Maybe I would just give them just small to say from their experience, because from my experience, I probably won't answer your question, Meron. So maybe Mobab or anyone who would just want to share their experience.
Okay, hello guys. So the real struggle is like, as Yalval said, it's persistent. You have to be very dedicated to the classes. You have to learn on your own. Don't be afraid to ask. When you ask, we can give you and we can guide you through it. And also we understand that not everyone is from a tech background. So there are people that are in different backgrounds that are starting from ground up. So we understand that. So ask questions, try to learn as much as possible on your own. Just don't always wait on us. And also the most important thing is, like, it's okay to not know everything. Just try to understand what the whole concept is. Try to understand what the challenges are first, then it could be easy. So it's okay. So try to learn and ask questions. Thank you.
So maybe what challenges were challenging? So another angle can give them more about.
So the challenges, maybe time management. Yeah, you have to be ready to have a good time management on your own. Try to cope up with work if you're working, or if you are a student. So be good in time management. Yeah, and submit. Always submit within the deadline. Yeah, it's submitting is better than not being late. So do that's, yeah, I think that's pretty much it. Yeah.
Okay, hello everyone. Welcome to KAIM Academy training. So what I would like to say is just focus and do what you can. So it will be difficult, but you can do it. Always, we're here to help you. Ask questions and do your best. So that's what I would say. Thank you.
Thanks, Mobab and Fremont. So እነሱ ባለፈው እነሱም like part this training ያለፉት ስለሆኑ, and they were really the active, one of the active people, and they know the challenge, so definitely they can understand you. Even if I don't understand you, even if some of us who hasn't passed through, like, because we just design them, we look at the things, but the people who actually passed through, they understand you. So just really ask them. Basically they relate with the issues that you faced and the challenge you will be facing, right? So So then, so Meron, could you explain the type of challenge? The type of challenge, Torpedo, is that they are going to be a lot more in fintech. The topics are going to be fintech. The actual methodology are the same. It's statistical modeling, it's machine learning, data engineering, data warehouse building. You'll build data warehouses, you'd build dashboards, like you'd build models, machine learning models that would do kind of insurance predictions. So basically premium predictions for insurances, or credit score a person based on their data, whether to give loan or not, and a lot of things that are needed. But the actual data analysis, the actual machine learning, the actual DevOps you have to deploy it here, and you have to kind of demonstrate. All of that is applicable everywhere. So, but the topics of the challenge would be a lot more these types. I hope that answers. So depending on, I think, like this week zero, Tababu is just really gives you an idea, and hopefully we want a lot more people to join, but it really, there is also like a number that we cannot achieve, or we basically are able, but we would really accommodate those people who really perform well in any way. So I think as long as you perform well, I think it should be fine. So, and then Nathaniel, in short, what is expected from us this week, last today? I think just follow the instructions and work on the tasks that are assigned and deliver them on time. That's what's expected, nothing more. And that's right. Tawfiq, I have seen some stand-up sessions on the schedule. Can you tell us about that? Stand-ups are basically now. Yeah, training isn't really a university type. I don't know what kind of training but it's really internship type, an actual job simulation. Yeah, Malet. Really, if you are in a company, in a tech department, you would have to just meet for a day and kind of either follow a sprint or Kanban or some form of work style, present what you have understood, give a small update, and that's it. Given that we are a lot, we just randomly select, we call some people, or you just basically become willing to speak, and then that's it. So stand-up means an update and a quick session where everybody updates, synchronizes everybody, so that it's a kind of a learning, a co-learning. So that means people can see where other people are, the same as in a work environment. We treat the entire cohort as one team. So that's one topic. And could you share YouTube link? I think it's shared. Job opportunity after the program. There is a lot, and normally we share. We don't promise, but absolutely what we have seen so far is that there is a lot more uptake, both locally as well as internationally. So there are people who really get international jobs from this program. So I think that's just it, and you can ask your friends as well. And our success really tells us that there is a lot more, it's a lot more effective. And also Kifiya arranges sometimes some internships, things like that. So there are some opportunities, but it would not be known a priori, what is that? So just, and also, as I said, this is a lot more a collaboration between the Kifiya program and Kifiya as a company and 10 Academy. 10 Academy delivers training, supports you in job search, and also Kifiya tries to really mobilize the industry, the ecosystem, the financial businesses, so that they know and hire from this program. Will we discuss a session beforehand to outline the approach and methodology of? Yes, normally at the beginning of every project, then there will be a session. So there will be walking through the challenge. If you have time, if you attend that, or if you watch the YouTube, you will see what's expected, not only in the written, but also in the interactive sessions. Nathaniel, in short, what is expected? I think I answered. I have two questions. Beyond the core technical training, does the program has a connection with fintech industry? Yes, I think that I answered. It isn't. So if you are expecting that there will be dates that are really solid, let's say programs that we just bring, but in the graduation, for example, we invite a lot of banks. We send your CVs also to a lot of banks and industries. in the industry. So that's one. But more importantly, we also, for some selected high-performing individuals, and that usually is in a lot more, hundreds, that we also provide access to our system where you will be able to really get exposed to jobs from all over the world, including Ethiopia. So that's, we will have access to cloud computing. Unfortunately not, but no, we don't provide cloud computing resources. But if you have, that will be absolutely good to learn. What we assume is that you have your computer and you'll basically be able to use that. And all our ask, for example, we don't give you data that exceeds the typical laptop that you will have. So yeah, I answered your questions. Just I hope that is, if not, just you can also text them and you can ask the tutors as well. They will give you more on that. Will we get feedback on our projects? Absolutely. Yeah, Makata. Makata, you can proceed. Okay. Then not that Makata will talk maybe later. So Mariam, will we get? Yes, I think feedback is good.
Oh, yeah, but I'm really sorry. I was on mute.
Okay.
But was speaking, yeah. So I was just gonna say that I wanted to give some details on the schedules, the submission, Slack channels, and also recording as well. So when
Yeah.
you're done, just
Yes.
you can call my
Fantastic. Perfect. So yeah, I will do that. So I will just go through quickly the remaining ones, and I think we will finish in 1 hour. So that's good. Will we get feedback, Mariam? Absolutely. Feedback is the essential, the backbone. That's why we are saying, as long as you submit, as long as you basically interact, as long as you are active in Slack or somehow, then you will get feedback. And so that's really the way to do. What's expected, keywords. I think, as I said, what's really expected is that there is task. There's a very clear guideline. Read that, and then also just explain that, then that's basically perform that and nothing more. That's it. And the J, how much is the syllabus in depth? As we said, we really are mirroring like what is practically you get in a job. We're not really interested in university style games and breeds of things, but what is practically you would get in a job. And we assume that's the most important part, because whatever you have to learn, you will learn it in the job itself. So we're not treating ourselves as more training in the university sense, but as providing internship and really telling you what is relevant in the job. Like actually, when you go and sit in the desk, and your boss says like, do this, what do you have to, what needs to be done, more than the practical aspects of it, more than let's say the pedagogical aspects we don't follow. Persistence is key, absolutely. What do you mean independent challenge work? It means just like in a community can work. You can always ask, but also you take that the task you do and you do it yourself. That's basically simply means just independent, not much about any other technical thing. It just means you would work the time to work on the challenge on your own. You can ask in the meantime, still you can ask Slack, whatever, but without really in the stand-up, without taking your time. Are there any limitations or rules about using AI? No, we absolutely, our rule is just use AI as much as possible. Like become the native AI user. And we believe that the world will not change back. And if anyone doesn't tell you not to use AI, we think they are wrong. I mean, to that level that we not only ask you, whatever, but use AI to the maximum you can. And if you need support on how to leverage it even more, we'll give you. So yeah, I think the world will not come back to no AI. It will be more AI. So you have to be the native users of AI. Yes, yeah, get feedback. Just wanted to double check. So we present this experience on our CV. Absolutely, you can. Yes, you can present this one as internship, and we encourage. So if you have more work experience, you can use this one as training. But if you don't, you can really use our training as internship. And most people do use that because the projects are really internship driven. Tinsay, are all sessions virtual? Yes, everything is virtual. We have office if you are in Ethiopia, if you want to visit us. Every second Wednesday, we talk about AI, and you can come and talk to us. You know, you can really interact here. Just really pass by. It's Aksum Hotel guy, and no, I mean, they will tell you more throughout the training. So, but everything is virtual. Can you tell us about week 0 challenge? I think they will explain more in detail, Jonathan. So I think that's basically there will be going through that. I will not repeat. And then, Mela, there is an independent work every day that we have to submit. Yes, for this particular week 0, that's the case. But once you join the actual, the 3 months training, it becomes every week. It's not every day. So this is only just for this particular week 0. I hope that is, yes, you get a certificate after you finish. And that certificate, you know, it's not coming from the Ministry of Education, but almost it's our brand is backing you. And, you know, you will know by the end, more than the certificate, what you get will allow you to do a lot of stuff. And people would hire you for a job because they see your profile, not only the certificate is just saying that, but the profile you build is your main certificate for us. And what we give you the certificate is really just that, because you build really an incredible profile if you persist. So I think that's the, I think job opportunities, as I was saying, we would strive to, whenever there is opportunities, we share, and we have systems that to help you. Great. So just so that I don't take more time from Marcus, also taking you through on the kind of the entire overview, I will stop here. But I think just the only thing I say, I tell you that all of these promises, all of the things that I said, if you persist, if you really just try, really whatever it is, even if you are a beginner, even if you are very advanced, you know, leverage and stay and kind of respond and you know, basically submit whenever it's submit, and you'll get feedback. We'll talk. The community will be supportive, and absolutely, I can tell you, this would be transforming the process and the way that we design it. We have designed it to not just only us, but really co-design it with our previous trainings, our previous trainees becoming tutors, supporting it. We, you know, so it's a very data, just like we ask you to do, to be data driven. We have done everything data driven, and hopefully you would see it and you would enjoy it. And so persist and respond and become active. It's a community driven learning. Thank you. So good luck on the week 0. So to you, Makata.
Thank you, Rabi. So I just wanted to go through the schedule. Let me share my screen. And okay, can you all see it? Okay.
Yes.
Great. So just to clear out the timing issue that people were asking on the week 0 channel, Notion adjusts to your device's timeline. So if your PC is on EAT, then it will adjust to that. So you will see the Google Meet link here, and then the person that's giving the tutorial and the time here. So this repeats throughout the 12 weeks. And so whenever it's updated or whenever there's a change, we announce it. So you'll just have to refresh the schedule on your site. So I think that's basically clear. And I think there was a question saying what's independent challenge work. That means, so this November 8th and 9th, it's for example, the weekend. So it's basically you working on your own on the week's challenge. Regarding submissions, you see here, there's a challenge submission, week 0 interim challenge. For the technical challenge, that means you will have to submit part of the assignment, part of the submission. There's a assignment submission. Let's say the challenge has 5 tasks and you're asked to submit 3 of them on the entrance submission. That's just to keep up with you, to let you also work on it before the deadline, and not just start working on it whenever the deadline is super near. So you can work on your part of submissions and then submit on Sundays, and then the final submission goes here, the final day of the week. So our week is not Monday to Monday, it's Wednesday to Wednesday. So on Wednesdays, we give challenge introduction. The first day of the week is going to be on Wednesdays, and then the last day of our week is going to be Tuesdays. So you'll have the challenge submission, meaning the technical, also the careers challenge, to be submitted at the end of the week on Tuesdays. I hope this timeline works for you. You have lots of time to work on it. Ask questions on Slack, also not only on the groups that we have on Slack, but also directly to the tutors. We have a 5 minutes or less response time, so you'll get all the questions answered there. Other than that, regarding stand-up sessions, yes, all sessions are not mandatory, but we recommend that you join whenever you have the time. So on stand-up sessions, you'll see how people are working on their challenge, and also the progress that they've made. They ask questions. You can also ask questions there. All the tutors will be available there. So if it would be good to join the stand-up session so that you get your questions answered, and also, push on the progress that you're making. So we recommend that. All tutorial sessions are recorded and posted on our YouTube channel. We have a resource Slack channel. I hope everyone has seen it. We will post the link there, so it would be very easy to access it. But so it takes us 2 to 3 hours to get the recording and post it on YouTube. So don't expect it right after the session has ended. So we will post that. But of course, you can ask on the resource channel if we miss it. Other than that, so if you have noticed, we have different types of channels on Slack. One is the 10x support. One is week 0. The other one is the community building channel. They have a broadcasting channel. So I would just want to say that you use the right channel for the right questions. So if you have a 10x issue, if you have a technical issue regarding 10x, let's say it's slogan, don't write it on the week 0 channel, because it would just make it bulky and people won't get answers there. They will get answers, but it would be just here and there. So just make sure to send that to the right channel. And if you have a challenge document question, then you ask it on the week 0 channel. And on broadcast, I think no one can post there. The team will be posting every session 10 minutes before the session starts to just remind you to join. So that's that. But other than that, I am here, Herod and Philemon, and so also Mahabuba is also there as your tutors. Our community manager is Emilian. So the community building channel is for you guys to build the community, basically. So we have sessions for that as well. As you can see here, let's say for today, it's 7 p.m. After work, so that you guys can interact very well. So yeah, we use that for community building time. So you can interact, you can talk to each other there. And also, please don't hesitate to create your own group chats there and help each other out on challenge that we give. So I think that's basically what I wanted to share. So if there's any questions, I'm here. You can ask regarding what I just presented. Or maybe on the notes. Okay, so I hope everything is clear. Is there a means of adding this schedule on our personal Notion calendar? I don't think that's possible. I think that's only allowed if you have an organization email, but I will pin it on the week 0 channel. Can you tell us more about the submission? So about the submission, as I said, we have 2 types of submission, the interim submission and the final submission. So for the interim submission, you have to submit on Sundays. The deadline is 11 p.m. EAT, meaning in Ethiopian time, it's 5 ሰዓት ከማታ 5 ሰዓት ላይ is the deadline. But we have a grace period of a 24 hour. So እስከሚቀጥለው ቀን 24 ሰዓት ውስጥ ሰሚት ማድረግ ትችላላችሁ before we close it ማለት ነው። ከዛ በኋላ if you didn't submit እና if you had issues ምናምን ደግሞ you can come up to us and we'll reopen it for you ማለት ነው. Where is the week 0 channel? It's the default channel when you join the Slack workspace. Is it all scheduled in EAT? Yes. It will adjust to your own time zone on the device that you're using. So if it's EAT, then it will adjust. Do you have a challenge introduction now? Yes, we have a challenge introduction now. We're a bit ahead of time, but Karen will go through the challenge document with you right after this session. Communicate through email or Telegram group. We have a Slack channel. Let me put the link here again. An invite link. Give me a moment. So all communications are on Slack. On Slack. Okay. On our 10x portal, there are 5 submissions listed. Can you please clarify? Okay, time management refers to. Time management is the challenge for the careers content for this week. So let's say if it's CV submission, that's also the career challenge. So whenever you see the challenge document, I think that would be cleared out. And I think on the schedule, the introduction for the career challenge is going to be on Friday at 1:30 p.m., meaning ከቀኑ 7 ሰዓት ተኩል በኢትዮጵያ. Okay. Yes. Okay. So that's it. I hope everyone is excited to start, and we're here for any kind of support. Don't be overwhelmed because we get that all the time, but it would get better, especially when you start week 1 and then there comes week 2. Week 3 is going to be super easy. And for the ladies here, we have a women only channel. I've added everyone there so we can communicate there super freely. And also we have a session, a women only session. So don't miss that because of course we can talk there as well. So yeah. And I think I see a raised hand from Barakat. Barakat, you can speak.
ይሰማል?
አዎ ይሰማል።
ጥያቄ ያለኝ አንዳንድ ቀናቶቹ ላይ 2 ሴሽኖች አሉ። ለምሳሌ ዛሬ አይ ቲንክ ሌላ ዴይ 1 ቱቶሪያል አለ መሰለኝ አይተን ነው። ሶ አንዳንዱ ቀን ላይ ደብል ስኬጁል ላይ ያለን ማለት ነው።
አዎ አንዳንዱ ቀን ላይ ደብል ስኬጁል ሊኖር ይችላል። አንዳንዱ ቀን ላይ ደግሞ very rare ግን 3 ሊኖር ይችላል። ለምሳሌ Q&A ሴሽን መጨረሻ ሰዓት ላይ ሊኖር ይችላል። So it's okay. በቃ አልችልም መግባት የምትሆነው ለምሳሌ it's fine ግን keep up with the recorded tutorial. Angie, yes, we have number of tutorials throughout the day. Sente, if you have a question? Okay, I think it's by mistake. Okay, so yeah, thank you so much for being here, for attending this session. I think it was super productive. Yeah, Babal, thank you so much for your time and all the other teams as well. And yeah, I hope to see you all participate and submit, most importantly. Yeah. Thank you all so much. There's another session right after this. So to keep up, to keep it clean with the recording, let's end this call and Carol will join with the same link. And then that's the challenge introduction.
Yeah, sure. So let me just start the recording and I will end the session and I will right away I'm going to start it. So make sure to just join right away. Okay.